Righto, today we're going to talk about the Relics of Titan. Enjoy. Relics of Titan. Let's go in order. From the beginning, the Soulglaive. This model replaces a model equipped with a Nemesis Force Halberd only. This relic replaces a Nemesis Force Halberd and has the following profile. It's got the exact same everything as a normal Halberd, but it has an ability now, which is each time an attack is made with this weapon, you can reroll one hit roll and reroll one wound roll. Now that your characters do not give themselves auras, it's actually not too bad. Just depends whether you want something else or not. Destroyer of Crystallix. Model with a Nemesis Demon Hammer only. This relic replaces a Nemesis Demon Hammer and has the following profile. It is a combat weapon. It is strength times 2, AP neg 3, and damage 4. Each time attacks made with this weapon, subtract 1 from that attack's hit roll. So it's essentially just a Demon Hammer, except it's AP 3, not AP 2. And it has damage 4, which can tool itself up with the psychic power, which is totally escaping me right now. Something Imperium. Empiric Amplification, which gives you an additional damage. So you can end up being damage 5 with that hammer. Pretty cool. Then we've got the Fury of Demios, model equipped with a Stormbolter or Mastercrafted Stormbolter only. This relic replaces Stormbolter or Mastercrafted Stormbolter and has the following profile. Range 24, Rapid Fire 3, Strength 5, AP neg 2, 2 damage. It's a little bit better than a Mastercrafted Stormbolter, but it's way better than a regular Stormbolter. You can take a regular Stormbolter on Librarians and things like that, and it takes them from having a bit of an average gun to this beastie thing. So yeah, being Rapid Fire 3 on a Terminator and also being a bolt weapon, it's straight up 6 shots at 24 inches. Strength 5, neg 2, 2 damage. I can definitely put some hurt on some things. If you put on a Librarian who wants to cast Astral Aim on himself, he can then reroll a failed hit, and then he also ignores cover. So yeah, it's good fun. Good fun. You take out a lot of Marines with it. A Banner of Refining Flame, ancient model only. The bearer can attempt to perform the following psychic action. Warp Charge 6. In your psychic phase, the bearer can attempt to perform this psychic action. If completed, each enemy unit within 6 inches of the bearer suffers D3 mortal wounds. So he basically just gets the banner and just goes this big psychic charges and kill stuff. Domina, Liber Demonica. Enemy demon units that are set up on the battlefield as reinforcements can't be set up within 12 inches of the bearer. The bearer has the following ability. Domina Liber Demonica Aura. While an enemy demon unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a combat attrition test is taken for that unit, subtract 1 from that test. So this is there to just wipe demons out. They don't have the greatest leadership, and you've now meant when they fail their leadership, they're taking more casualties. Excellent. Cuirass of Sacrifice, infantry model only. Add 1 to armor saving throws made for the bearer. Each time the bearer would lose a wound, roll 1d6. On a 5+, that wound is not lost. If you wanted to go pretty cool Preserver's army, you can throw that on that Apothecary, and then he's got a 5-up Feeling Pain as well. If you wanted to run around the 2 big blobs, one's got Sanctuary on it, the other's got the Warding Stave. CP thing for the 4-up invos, and then they've all got the 5 Feeling Pains. Could be a nice resilient blob. Otherwise, it's pretty good on most things. Having a 1+ save, and that would actually, in Tidal Shadows, that'd actually boost again to a 0+ save. If you had the ability to cast the armor thing on it, you'd actually be neg 1 save. What's it called? Armor Resilience, I think it is, off the top of my head. Armor Resilience. So, got Armor Resilience cast on yourself. You've got this, and you've got Tidal Shadows. So you've gone from a 2+ to a 1+ to a 0+ to a -1. Got literally a -1 save with a 5-up Feeling Pain. It's going to take a long time to kill you. But you can't do that on a librarian technically, because here I can take it. Sanctic Shard. Each time denied a witch test is taken for the bearer. If the result of the test was an unmodified result of 8+ or was greater than the result of the psychic test, that deny the witch test is passed. So if someone rolls like a really big deny the witch, like big psychic test, like an 11 or something, if you roll an 8, then it's just gone. Or yeah. Gyro Temporal Vault. The bearer can attempt to perform the following psychic action. Warp Charge 5. In your psychic phase, the bearer can attempt to empower their allies. If this action is completed successfully, select one friendly Grey Knight core or Grey Knight character unit within 3 inches of the bearer. Till the start of your next psychic phase. At the start of the fight phase, if the selected unit is within engagement range of any enemy units, it can fight first that phase. Very cool. You're probably going to be casting it on yourself, to be honest. It's good on one of those beater upper characters. You're usually going to be casting it while you're in combat already. Typically, when you've been in an ongoing combat, your opponent gets the first choice of unit. If you put this on yourself, it's like, yes, I get to fight first. That's the only real use for it I can see. Blades of the Forsworn. Model kit with Nemesis Forsword only. This relic replaces Nemesis Forsword and has the following profile. Melee, strength +1, AP neg 3 damage. So it's a sword with an extra damage. And each time an attack is made with this weapon against a demon unit, an unmodified wound of 2+ successfully wounds a target. If that unit has the monster or vehicle keyword, unmodified wound roll of 4+ successfully wounds the target instead. So if you're not against demons, you've got the extra damage, which is cool. If you're against demons as well, it's great. I actually like this on the Brotherhood Champion myself. The Sigil of Exigence. Once per battle in your opponent's shooting phase, when the bearer is selected as the target of a ranged attacks, you can activate this relic. If it does, remove the bearer from the battlefield, then set it back up on the battlefield anywhere that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy models. If the bearer is no longer an eligible target, your opponent can then select a new eligible target for any attacks that have targeted the bearer. So if you've got a guy, he's on the battlefield, he gets shot at, he can then just go whoosh, teleport somewhere else. It's a good way to mess with movement. Like Grey Knights on their stats don't have good movement, but they have lots of other ways through psychic powers and stuff like this where they can just get mobility. It's also cool, if someone shoots at your character, you can drop him on an objective. So in their turn, they shoot at you, the character gets shot, he's like, okay, cool, sweet. Drop him on the objective, then it goes to your turn, and then you then get to score an extra point. Or you can just put him up wherever you want, put him up close to you, the opponent, things like that. It's got lots of utility. Orgrimmar Scrolls. Models with a Nemesis weapon only. Each time the bearer is selected to fight, you can reroll 1 hit roll and reroll 1 wound roll when resolving the bearer's attacks. I was looking at this actually, and I thought it could pair up nicely with the Prescient Brotherhood. Where are they? The stratagem they have, the reroll 1s to hit and 1s to wound. Yeah, reroll 1s to hit, 1s to wound. You take this, and then any 2s that you have to hit, you can take one of them and reroll that and a 1. I think you can take that one on the squad leaders as well. Yes, you can. So you can take that on a Justicar, throw it on a Terminator Justicar or a Strike Justicar or something like that, and have some fun with it. Staff of Supremacy. Model equipped with the Nemesis warding stave only. The bearer has the following ability. Staff of Supremacy Aura. While an enemy unit is within 18 inches of this model, each time a psychic test is taken for the unit, it suffers perils of warp on any roll of a double. Take that. Cantu Vembrace. Infantry model only. Each time the bearer loses a wound as a result of a mortal wound, roll 1d6 and a 4+, that wound is not lost. Each time an attack is allocated to that bearer, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack to a minimum of 1. This would be so cool if you take it on a Nemesis Dread Knight Grandmaster, but it does specifically say infantry model only. So you're looking at taking on like a Grand Marshal, something like that. Being able to flick mortal wounds on a 4+ is actually not too bad. Also the neg 1 to being damaged is actually pretty good. It's taking you into the realm of Death Guard. Not too bad. You could probably even take him in a Preserver's unit, and then you could cast the ability on yourself to get the 5+ Feel No Pain, and then just have a Librarian, Apothecary running around with you. So then you're going to have the neg 1 to damage, then a 5+ Feel No Pain, and then a 4+ versus mortals. Be a pretty resilient little character for you. The Artisan Nullifier Matrix, Librarian model only. The bearer gains the following abilities: Artisan Nullifier Matrix Aura. While a friendly Grey Knight's Psyche unit is within 9 inches of this model, each time a Psyche test is taken for that unit, it does not suffer Perils of the Warp. I've played Grey Knights for a long time, and I have quite often had turns where I'll have 2 or 3 units just in that turn just get Perils of the Warp, and it's like far out. There's also things out there from some armies which can nerf you. There's actually one in this book. If you're playing against another Grey Knight army that has a Staff of Supremacy in there, any doubles, you get Perils of the Warp. At least with the Nullifier Matrix, it makes you immune to them within 9 inch, which is a pretty decent aura. But then even if you did Perils, you've now got a 5+ save against it, which isn't too bad as well. The Etheric Conduit, Tech Marine model only. Each time the bearer repairs a model using its Blessing of the Omnissar ability, that model regains up to 3 lost wounds instead of up to D3. Pretty cool if you want to keep your Dread Knights alive. Not too bad at all. And that's it for Relics. I hope you enjoyed.